Okay, what I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about, let's just talk about one word, and it's called work. Let's just talk about work. How many of you guys like to work? What I want you to do is raise your hand. Okay, that's a good starting point. Let me just tell you, just with that alone, if you have an amazing work ethic, whether it be in school, okay, whether it be with your tennis or whatever you do, if you just say, I'm going to outwork everybody, forget your ability, forget everything else. If you just want to outwork everybody, I got to do more. I'm never satisfied, okay? Even on your day off, you can do stuff. Just with that alone, and I think a lot of times we lose sight of that. Because if you just want to outwork everybody, and that's a game that you play with yourself, it's you against you, okay? Early on, when I was like some of your guys' age, I'm going back down memory lane here, you know, it's crazy because I never had a tennis lesson in my life. I picked up a racket at 12 years old, and I just hit against the wall, and I love hitting the ball against the wall, and I just fell in love with the game, and I kind of taught myself how to play at 12 years old. Some of you guys have a much better start than I had, and by 18 years old, I was fortunate enough to be the #1 player in the Ohio Valley. I became like a decent player, but it was all because of, you know, the love for the game and the work ethic. Even when I played basketball in high school, after basketball practice, everybody would go into the locker room, and I bring out my T2000. You guys don't know what that is. It kind of looks like that light pole, you know, it's a metal racket. So, and I would hit ground strokes against the wall when the janitor was like cleaning the basketball floor. It was like crazy because we couldn't afford to go to Dayton, Ohio and play indoors. I just wanted to get more practice in, okay, during the winter, okay, so I could stand in there with everybody in the state of Ohio. Then on top of that, then I'd go home, okay, and I'd eat a minute steak, a baked potato, a salad, water, still drink a lot of that today, okay. Then my mom would drive me back to the high school, because we lived like pretty close to high school, and at 8:30 at night, I'd hit ground strokes against the wall of the high school. And sometimes when it was like snowing or it already snowed, I would take a shovel and I would shovel a path just like this. And I would just hit ground strokes against the wall till like 9:30 at night. And this is like, from that, whether I got better at hitting ground strokes or whatever, I got mentally stronger because I had to do it on my own, okay? And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And it's that work ethic that will just take you so far. Forget tennis for a second. Just always know that you got to outwork everybody. And if you just do that, whatever your ability is, wherever this takes you, whether you want to play high school tennis, college, there's obviously going to be some pro players here, wherever this takes you, if you just always say, I got to outwork everybody, just that alone, because you got someone here in front of you, just that alone. And it's interesting because when you work hard, then you want to work harder. And that's just kind of how this works. So here it is, like now officially today, 67 years later, and I'm still out working a lot of people, but maybe not as a player, but in other situations. A lot of you guys don't know, but you know, I get up every morning at 3:30, and Gingerbread will tell you I run a half mile every day, and I open up this park. At 67, I'm a park ranger. Okay, that's on my resume now, park ranger. I open up the park, but I do it because I want to do it. I don't have to do it, okay? I shouldn't do it, but I want to do it, okay? And I'm not saying that works for everybody, but it's that at a young age, the work ethic that you acquire. And it's the same thing. I always tell you guys this. If you're lazy, what happens? Louder. If you're lazy, what happens? I notice how you guys don't talk as loud as the happy birthday, but that's okay. And if you make excuses, what do you get better at? So this all starts with attitude. This just starts all with attitude. So if forget the technical part or the strategy and all this stuff you're learning here, if there's one thing that you guys can learn, it's just work hard. Just that alone, whatever you decide to do, wherever it goes, if you just work hard and stick with that. That's going to carry you very far in life. Does that make sense? All right, I got to open up a present. Jen, do you have a present here?